Shalom. Kol holo Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahusha Ba'ashim Rakach Wadash. The monster, the apostles, the monster, the elders, the great millstone, rule well and touch his truth. Much respect to you brothers out there, preach his word in truth and sincerity. The white folk of the earth, tabernacle, David, hope for Lekin, the speckled bird. Want to say shalom. So I just want to get into this lesson right here. I might entitle this Now More So Than Ever. It's time. If you ain't out there on the highways and byways preaching his word, now more so than ever, it's time for you to go out there on the highways and byways and preach his word. Stop hiding your talents, right? Now more so than ever, it's time for you to do your lessons. But as you see right here, what I got queued up, right? Comment here from Big Walker. Now you go on his page. I went on it the other day. We looked through his page and there's no videos, right? So with your comment, it seemed like, you got, if you got wisdom and you're not doing your videos, right? What that means, you're hiding your talent. And there's a huge judgment that comes with that, right? If you watching the videos, you see, you're supposed to get built up, watch the videos, right? Listen and learn, get your notes out. And, as I told a brother the other day, if there's brothers in your city, brothers of GMS or affiliate camp, a righteous affiliate camp, right? You need to get with them, right? If they're in your city, even if you got to drive, all right, get with them, all right? Stay in contact. But go out there on highways and byways, preach this word, right? But like I said, you go to his page. There's no videos, and so what I see with this, it comes across as the student trying to teach the teacher, right? And his comment comes across as trying to be too deep, right? Now, we know with the English language, it's a bastardized language, man. It's a wicked language, right? That's why when we read the scriptures, the Lord is going to turn us unto a pure language. What is that? He's going to give us the full understanding, the full, he's going to give us our language back, right? We're not going to be speaking English anymore, right? This whole English language is wicked. Right? So let's say what you're saying is right? Still, it comes across as you trying to be too deep. The Lord ain't with that, man. You got to understand, when we out there on the highways and byways, sometimes we may say some things and phrases in which the majority of the people out there in the world can recognize, right? Like we may say Issachar, Slakia, for example, we'll say so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Mexicans, right? We'll say, hey, you see yourself on this chart, right? They'll know themselves as, so-and-so, oh, I'm a black man, oh, I'm a Mexican, right? They look at the chart and we be like, hey, look, right? You a Judite, you're a Benjamite, you're a Levite, right? You're Ephraimite, you're Issacharite, Reubenite, right? Gadite, right? You see yourself, Asher, you see yourself on there, right? So that's just one of the examples in which, the common folk out there are going to understand, we can relate with them, right? So once again, let's say what you're saying is true. Are you doing the work? Because I'll say this before I get to scripture. I'll say this, want to be careful in what I say. All right. But a man that's preaching false doctrine, but he's out there on the highways and byways, I have a little more respect for him. Right? I still don't have full respect for him. Make sure y'all understand what I'm saying. I don't have full respect for him. But I have a little more respect for him because he's out there on the highways and byways and doing his lessons. He's just moving on the left-hand side of the Lord, all right, which we have understanding of that. I have a little more respect for him. Before a man that's not doing the work, that's just trying to tell you how you should do it, right? That comes across as arrogant, man. It comes across as foolish. Like, bruh, you're not even doing the work. Where's your work at? You're hiding your talents. That's not wise. So I'm going to get this right here. Ephesians 4:11. I'm going to read on down. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers. You see, that's who the Lord has set up. And let's say what you say is right. Hey, I would have more respect for you if you actually did your own videos. That's pretty much the premise of this, you know? Hey, do your own lessons, man. If what we say is cringy, you don't like what we're saying, right? We watch your videos, but every time you say Lord, it's cringy. It's like saying God. I've tried to mention it to you brothers, to you guys before, but I do, what happened. It's madness, man. I don't recall. Maybe you have. Maybe I even done a lesson on you before, all right? Or maybe it's a different dude out there, but regardless, right? What you saying is it comes across as you being too deep, right? If you find what we saying is cringy, don't watch the videos. It's not going to hurt our feelings. We are looking for the elect, right? The elect is going to dance to the tune of Yahweh Bashim Shah's message. The 2/3 are going to look at this as crazy, man. Matter of fact, one of the elders the other day did a lesson the other day. The majority of these awakened Israelites are of the 2/3. It doesn't matter if you know that you're an Israelite. It's about you. At the end of the day, it's from the foundation of earth. It's the Lord's movie, who he has deemed as to be the elect. But the hopeful elect is going to be doing the work of the Lord, Yahweh Ratazah, right? If you're a man of the Lord, you're called to do this work, right? Now, we do understand not every brother is called to preach this word, but I've seen plenty of times, right, where these men will use that to their detriment. Oh, I'm not called to preach this word, but you know all these scriptures. You see all these things, you know all these scriptures, all right, you know all these things, but you're not called to preach the word. Come on now. You don't want to do the word. You don't want to have the accountability that comes with it. All right. Hey, what did Peter Parker's what did Uncle Ben say? With great power comes great responsibility, right? When the Lord has given you this truth, it is your responsibility to do this work and not make excuses. Oh, I can't do the work because of this and that. Do the work. Once again, I have a little more respect for a brother, or a dude, I should say, that's preaching false doctrine, but he's out there on the highways and byways. I have a little more respect for him because at least he's doing something. At least he believes in his foolishness, man. All right. At least he's doing the work of the Lord on the left-hand side. I have more respect for him. For a dude that's telling you how you should do, how you should move, and they're not doing the work. Come on now. That's the student trying to teach the teacher. It's like, I went on a tangent, but it's all through the Spirit. All right. This is verse 12. Why did the Lord set up apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, teachers? Right? What is all this for? What is the man of the Lord out here for? Why do we do our lessons? Right? If it comes cringy to you, if you don't like what we saying, don't listen. Or pack it up and do your own lessons. All right? What is it for? For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of a Mashiach, right? This is what we're called here to do. With great power comes great responsibility. You want that power, you want that spiritual power, you want to be taken care of in the midst of Jacob's trouble. Well, make your calling and election sure. Build up your brothers and sisters, right? You have a few sisters that's going to be righteous in this thing, that's going to be saved up in this thing. They got to get this word too, right? The brothers coming in, they got to get this word. They got to know how to conduct themselves as men, right? Just like an animal, just like us. We for the most part, a lot of people eat every day, right? You got to give them the word. You got to feed them with the word. And you're not feeding them, right? Till we all come in unity of the faith and the knowledge of the Son of power unto the perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of a Mashiach, that henceforth, check this, henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and the cunning and craftiness whereby they lie and wait to deceive, right? So the elect is going to dance to this tune. The elect is going to listen to the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua set by the men of the Lord, right? Whether you like it or not, we are the mouthpiece of the Lord, right? And the elect is going to dance to that tune. The elect is going to be gathered by the word, right? And as I said earlier, having respect, a little more respect for a dude that's preaching false doctrine, right? Those that are of the elect can see right through it. And this man ain't got it. He's telling y'all can preach with a hat on. He telling y'all can do this, have parties at the Passover and do this and do that. Eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, right? How can the newcomers coming in understand these things? Understand how they should conduct themselves? Well, you got to do the work. Somebody got to be doing the work, right? You might be that brother where they get introduced to the true truth for the first time, right? Because you have starter camps out here, right? I stole that from one of my brothers, Taziar Banyum. All right, I stole that from him, right? You have starter camps out here, right? So a lot of times you don't see GMS first. A lot of times brothers don't see GMS first. They may see IUIC. They may see ISUPK first. They may see Sakari. And that's all done by the work of the Lord. And I know that's what happened to me, right? GOCC, IUIC, ISBK, Sakari, and then the men of Great Millstone, and me just speaking as a man, why the Lord put it in that order is for you to wholly appreciate the word of the Lord, right? The Lord gave you all these tests of all these other camps, and you're able to see right through it, right? The Lord gathered you to the true men. The Lord gathered you to the true truth, right? He gave you, we just read it, in Ephesians 4:11, right? You saw your true teachers, right? As you read in the book of Isaiah, you heard a word behind thee and like, hey, man, this is the truth. This is the truth, man. Walk ye in it. And you appreciate it like, oh, man, those other dudes were bugged out. These dudes that I was listening to, they ain't got it. They bugged out, right? Why do y'all by Shemel Shah for leading me to the true man of the Lord, showing me how I should conduct myself, right? Let's get this. John 17 and verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word, right? So the Lord has given you the name of the Lord, right? His true name, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And we're going to praise his true name. We're not going to make it in vain, right? Once again, the Lord knows this English language is a bastardized language. It's a wicked language, man. The Lord knows this. But guess what? Which I may have to get in. Let me see. Be not over righteous. Right? Because if you being over righteous is another part of the lesson I want to get into. You trying to be over righteous, what's going to happen? You're going to end up destroying yourself. End up bugging out yourself trying to be over righteous. Right? So it's a nice median that the Lord keeps us in, keep us humble. Right? We understand things got to change. We understand it's a wicked ass language. The Lord's going to give us the pure language, right? The holy language, right? That's what we're waiting for. Right now, you just got to deal with it, right? If you think that, saying Lord is wicked, you got to deal with it. It is what it is. You bugging out over that, right? You bugging out over that, right? But now, what we try to stay away from is saying the cheesiest name, right? Jesus Christ, we try to stay away from that name, right? We try to call upon the name of the Lord for the most part. That's what we doing, now, it may come to a point where we're out there in the highways and byways, and we may say, hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, or Yahweh Shai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We may say something like that, but we understand through the scriptures, the Lord doesn't even want you saying that name, but to try to reach the hopeful elect or those that are out there, we're trying to fill them out. Who's of the elect? Who's going to attain? Who's going to get the spirit, we try to relate to them with that, right? So that's another dynamic that you should know of. Matter of fact, let me see if I got it. I think I got it in here. Yeah, I got it right here. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 16. Be not over righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? You see that? You trying to be over wise, you end up bugging out. That's how I see that. Your comment shows a man that's trying to be over righteous, over wise, right? It don't work like that, man. You might be able to keep it up for a little minute, but hey, eventually it's going to catch up with you, man. You're going to bug out, losing hours and hours of sleep. Studying, all right? Hey, keep it balanced. Keep it at a median. Keep it at a balanced life, right? Study, right? Doing your lessons. Go out there on the highways and byways. You can still play your video games, watch your TV. Just have it balanced. Your life should be balanced. Learn how to have a balanced life, right? When you doing too much, right? Now, other brothers had different talents, which we'll get into. Different brothers can do that. Different brothers may have that Kobe, where they shooting jumpers all day, and not bug out. Now every brother is built like that, right? You gotta understand your spirit, right? If you can do that, you can do it. If you can't, you can't, right? Don't bug yourself out. Don't put yourself down if you can't do as many videos as for example, as Apostle Tahar or this and that brother. They may do several videos in one day. As long as you putting out your videos, as long as you doing your work, Yahweh desire you of the elect, you good, Lord willing, right? So that's something to understand, right? Matter of fact, Proverbs 1 and verse 5, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. You see, the elect is not going to be, Yahweh desire, the elect is not going to be offended at us saying Lord. They're not going to look at it as cringy, right? They're going to look at how we conduct ourselves, us doing our videos, right? They're going to understand that we're doing the work of the Lord, right? They're going to understand that we're trying to teach the elect. We're trying to get the heck up out of here. The elect is, Yahweh Ratazah is going to understand that this is a bastardized language. But there's nothing that we can do about it. All right? There's nothing that we can do about it. Hey, Lord's going to turn this into that pure language. All right? To understand the proverb and the interpretations, the words of the wise and their dark sayings, right? The true breakdown of these scriptures. Do you know the true breakdowns of these scriptures? Right? And if you do, why ain't you preaching the word? Right? Verse 7, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. The Lord said, go out there on the highways and byways. As I got right here, Proverbs 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttered her voice. In the streets, she crieth in the chief place of concourse. In the openings of the gates in the city, she uttered her words, saying, how long will you simple ones, will you love simplicity? Scorners delight in a scorners and fools hate knowledge. Are you out there on the highways and byways? Are you out there doing your lessons? Right? What are you doing? Are you just being a keyboard light? Just behind the keyboard? You're gaining all this wisdom, but you're not utilizing it to the best of your ability. What are you doing, man? Right? I'm gonna get these and I'll probably close out Yahweh Design. I'll see how it goes with time over here. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna just get to the point as you see right here in Matthew 25 and verse 23. As you read up in Matthew 25, it talks about Yahweh Bashim Yahushua giving us the talents. Each brother is given a set of talents, right? When you start with, and some brothers, right? Especially, if you're sincere, you'll start out with a set amount of talents, and you'll grow, and you'll gain more and more talents, right? And that's how it should be within this walk, right? But if you're hiding your talent, as we'll read, you're a wicked ass servant. And from Big Walker, it appears as though if you got another channel, right? For right now, it appears as though you are hiding your talents. Right? Matthew 25, verse 23. His Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou in to the joy of thy Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You see that? Right? Those that were faithful, those that gained the more, those that the Lord put up stock into them, and they gave and the Lord got some more money out of that. If you understand what we're saying, right? They utilized their talents to the best of their ability. They were out there making their call and election sure to the best of their ability. Lord, like, hey man, I got this for you, cuz. I got this for you, man. Then he which have received the one talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, right? Other scriptures say austere man, if I'm not mistaken, right? Reaping where thou hast not sown and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant. Like, come on, cuz, what was you doing, man? You were given this wisdom, and instead of showing it out to the world, feeding the sheep, you over here hiding it. Thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gathered where I have not strawed. Let me see. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take therefore thy talent from him and give it unto him which have 10 talents. Right? Hey, the Lord can be cold like that. Like, you ain't using it. I'm going to give it to another brother. Right? I'm going to give it to another brother that's already in this thing, or I'm going to give what you got to I'm gonna raise up a sincere brother, and he's gonna utilize that talent to the best of his ability, and he's gonna gain more. He's gonna get me more money, man. For unto everyone that have shall be given, and he shall have abundance, but from him that have not shall be taken away that which he had. You see, you're not utilizing it. The Lord gonna take it away. The Lord gonna take away your spirit and bug you out, right? And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. You want that? You want that? Everyone that has been given this wisdom and is not utilizing it to the best of their ability, they're out here on the highways and byways, not doing their lessons, it's not looking good for you. Right? It's not looking good for you. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory and holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all the nations, and he shall separate one from another as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand and the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the earth. So the elect is going to understand this truth. The elect is not going to look at this thing cringy. Look at what we saying is cringy, man. They're going to do the work of the Lord as they were called, right? And they're going to be blessed for utilizing their talents to the best of their ability, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it on that. I know I went a little longer on that, but it's all through the spirit. Y'all desires to edify and lesson. Shalom.